Thomas Wake, astrowake.com, Prince Scorpio, here to go through our Virgo full moon. Endings, beginnings. I know every astrologer says that, and I'll explain to you exactly how, to the best of my ability. We have Chiron moving into Aries. This is a big deal, and it happens to be happening right at this full moon, and it's making an inconjunct to it. So we might not be able to put our finger exactly on what is finishing, what is healing, but it's a long. Okay. If you have a band aid on and you rip it off very quickly, it's it's an acute pain. Now, if you have a band aid on and you're slowly taking it off for a matter of weeks, you just get so used to it that it doesn't even hurt. You just think that's a normal thing. But then when it's off, you'll have a sense of relief. I hope that made sense. Chiron is finishing up it's been about 7, 8 years or so in Pisces. Chiron in Pisces is ending, healing. It's been hurt. It's addressing its deep psychological hidden hurts in a way that requires faith because you can't see it. It's hidden. So now, getting through that, holding on to that faith, a big sense of release, a big sense of releasing when you just surrendering to the universe. There's things beyond our control. When we try to control things that are beyond our control, that hurts us more than it helps us. The serenity prayer addresses this. God, give me the courage to change the things I can change and to be active in that. And now we're about to have more energy in that first part of the prayer to change the things that we can change. To accept the things that we can't change, that's what's going on right now, and the wisdom to know the difference between those two options. To take the middle path. But that's not neglecting either or. It's bringing them both together in the middle. It's going to the two pillars of the Kabbalistic tree. The thing to do that has been done is to simply go on the left-hand path, which is Saturn, Mars, aggression, Sun, active male dominance, neglecting the right-hand pillar of mercy, compassion, femininity, nurturing, loving. Well, we have a chance to dip into the right side of the brain, the dark womb of the woman, and to really be reborn without losing our wisdom, losing the things that have been holding us back, and then really a chance to do that spiritual psychological work and then take it into the world with Mars and Taurus, taking that passion, that fiery warrior like spirit into Earth. Let's go closer to it. Okay, so here we have Mars just past Uranus. So that's unexpected change, really a revolting type energy, like the riots in Paris, Haiti, protests against the wall. This is a real revolutionary attitude. but we have that is going to dissipate a little bit. So we have Mars, who meets up with Uranus. Mars, the warrior, meets up with the mind of God. And when that happens, Uranus has no idea of time. That's why it doesn't care about your plans. Saturn, it's going to do what it needs to do when it needs to do it. Venus, all this energy in Capricorn, this is the Pluto, the breaking down of the structure. Saturn, pissed off about that, but it could work with it. Saturn is slow moving. It doesn't like change. It's serious. We have Venus just got through a conjunction with Saturn after this, right before this full moon. This is having serious talks about love matters, marriage, planning, business, authority. This is when you hook up with your boss. Saturn, Venus conjunction. This is a tough conjunction. Venus, Lucifer, the light bearer. Saturn, Satan. Yeah, that's the dark side of this. When they get together and conspire, they could create another matrix false illusion system. When you have this love for the material world, an unhealthy love for it, being materialistic. This also brings about daddy issues and wanting to be dominated in the bedroom. It's kind of a dark one, but you could value structure more. You could want to structure your life more. You could want value sitting down and planning out a long-term plan, sitting down and architecting a blueprint for what you want to build. It's more of a build it all over from the beginning. Because Pluto in 2020, when Pluto and Saturn have this conjunction, it's going to tear it down if it's not built on a firm foundation of authenticity, where our North Node was in Leo, from the heart, and now with the North Node moving in Cancer, putting the emotions into it. And so it's about having mental clarity in order to manifest what you want. And something that is new, that's not the old way that we used to do it, old man Saturn, old father time, is expiring. New ways of doing things in the earth, Uranus, when it gets into Taurus in a couple of weeks. And then we have Mercury that's about to go retrograde soon in a tough place. So with this full moon, this is spring cleaning time. And it's got to get done now because the guests are coming. And it's going to be more important guests and more of them than you thought. So if you don't spend the time cleaning up the house, they're going to show up and you're going to look like a slob and you're not going to be ready and it's going to be a bad experience. But if we take this time now in Pisces season to do the psychological healing, mending, so that when Aries season starts off, when we start off a new year, that it is a new us. And we're not bringing that baggage that hadn't been addressed and unpacked and hung up and thrown away, the clothes that are just taking up space and that have no purpose and are bringing in moths and smelling up the closet. Give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. I can't tell if a public we have this Mercury. Mercury does not like to be in Pisces, but it can give you that. What's the bad part of Mercury in Pisces? The bad part is that it's lost at sea without a life vest, and it's getting banged around by the water. And it feels a lack of direction and safety and foundation. What's the positive part of that? You can really do some spiritual thinking. Your dreams can really be powerful. You can think about spiritual matters very psychically. Intuition sparked. And so you want to get this mental, you want to do your best with Mercury and Pisces to be creative, enjoy music in a healthy way, spend time in prayer. Your prayer experiences could be heightened right now. Instead of getting lost in binge watching fantasy Netflix TV shows, wasting your time doing that. So how can we use that energy and not get used by it? We use it creatively by writing your own freaking screenplay, script, poem, song. Or you could get used by that energy by sitting back and watching a fictitious story locked in your room for a week, getting used by that energy instead of using that energy. And now the sun enters into Pisces. So this is the beginning of the ending of a chapter. I'll say that again. This is the beginning of the ending of a chapter, but this chapter is the last chapter and it's quick. So you got it. Pisces are difficult because they have all the signs caught up into their sign. So it's the ending of, but it's all crammed together in one freaking house. So it's hard to guess a Pisces. It might be a little bit more emotional, but they can play different roles because they've already played them all. And now they're here to end it, to get ready for a new beginning on a higher level. The Pisces is the shaman who decided to come back into the karmic wheel to help out his fellow brethren without forgetting that he was a shaman, she was a shaman in the previous cycles. Tapping into that, having faith and trust in that, and teaching us how to have faith, teaching us how to use our magic, our imagination to materialize and to bring all what we know into this earth, all this Capricornian power and Uranus going into Taurus. So we manifest what we think about, what we feel about, what we put energy into. Fire, earth, air, water, into the earth. Earth is the last place that it happened. So now we have to think about what are we feeling with. Am I feeling some type of way about something? Let's go into buddy. I want to talk it. Am I feeling? Let's get our elements in line. Of the Elohim. Go to Astrology videos on El and Baal. Okay. We want to think about how we think. We want to think about how we feel. We want to think about how we're using our energy. We want to feel about how we think. We want to feel about how we feel. We want to feel about our energy. Now we want to be energetic, balanced about our feelings. It's all alchemical. We balance them out and make sure we balance them out, because if they're not balanced out, then they'll come into the material world. If we frequently think about fear, then our frequency is going to be low. If we frequently think and feel and put energy towards don't want to say positive thinking, but yeah, positive things. Then positive things will manifest. So this is time for quick manifestations. Like you can think about something and bam, shows. You can think about a friend, bam, they call you 2 minutes later. This is the fast track, a bit of a window to raise our frequency, to change our Virgo full moon, change our a light's going to be put on our routines, our daily regimen, our work. Is this lined up with our greater picture, or are we simply just going through the routines because this is what we were told to do? But is it serving your higher purpose, Uranus? Into Taurus? Is it something that you're going to leave in this world? That you've done what you came here to do? Do a meditation that you are sick on your deathbed and a doctor says that you have just a couple of days to live. Your family's coming by to visit you. A young nurse comes and sits with you when no one is there. And they ask you, how do you feel about your life? Were you satisfied with life? Is there anything that you didn't get a chance to tend to that you wish that you could have done? That's preparing for death. That's what Pisces is. But you're still alive. You're not dying next week. Now do it. Astro Wake, Thomas Wake, Prince Scorpio. Ring, ding, ding, ding.